What's up, guys? It's me, Tiff, and it seems that our friend Sam Bankman-Fried is gradually crawling back into the public eye from his jail unit at MDC Brooklyn. Despite the fact that he was widely known as a major Democratic donor, notoriously Joe Biden's second largest donor, it appears he is now angling for a presidential pardon from Donald Trump. First of all, for those of you who aren't chronically on Twitter, Sam Bankman-Fried's verified Twitter account just randomly began tweeting again for the first time in over 2 years. On February 24th last month, Sam suddenly put out this Twitter thread seeming to comment on Trump's mass firing of government employees. He starts off with having sympathy for government employees, but basically concludes that there's no point in keeping them around doing nothing. And this all reads to me as somewhat of an attempt to either get Donald Trump or Elon Musk's attention. A lot of people have messaged me asking how the hell Sam is tweeting from jail. And as far as I know, Sam is not supposed to have casual access to the internet. I've only been able to communicate with Sam via email. He has access to this email system called Core Links, where he can basically add a limited number of contacts and just email back and forth. But that system is not supposed to be connected to the normal internet. He can't just surf the web or browse Google or read articles. So my best guess is that he's got someone on the outside, maybe a friend or maybe one of his parents, Joe Bankman or Barbara Fried, where he just emails them what he wants to tweet out and they go on his profile and tweet it for him. In fact, his Twitter bio did recently just change to SBF's words shared by a friend. I am not that friend. I am not on SBF's Twitter. Moreover, he's begun to do some jailhouse interviews. He did one interview with the New York Sun where he criticized the Biden administration for its politicization of the Justice Department and expressed empathy for President Trump in his frustrations with Judge Lewis Kaplan. And even more notably, in just the past few days, he did an interview with Tucker Carlson, which is hilarious not only because Sam was publicly quite left-leaning, but also because in the days following FTX's collapse, Sam created a Google Doc with ideas to basically shift blame and restore his reputation. Quick pause, but I wanted to thank the sponsor of this video, Aura. If you're like me, you probably have a ton of different accounts on social media platforms, crypto exchanges, shopping sites, etc. And data breaches happen daily. If you even just try Googling yourself, you'll probably find data brokers selling your personal information like your home address and your phone number to pretty much anyone willing to pay for it. Even your more sensitive information like your password, social security number, your banking details can be sold to scammers, hackers, and cyber criminals on the dark web. But that's why I've personally been using Aura for the past few years now. I am a literal paying customer of Aura. Aura is basically an all-in-one digital security service that protects you from scammers and hackers by constantly scanning the internet and the dark web for your personal information and alerts you immediately if it finds any of your information leaked out there and automatically requests removal for you. I ran my information through Aura and it literally found my home address, my personal cell phone number, and even my passwords leaked out there on multiple websites across the internet and the dark web, and Aura automatically removed them for me. Aura sends you fraud alerts if anyone tries to open a credit card or get a loan in your name. And they also even have a built-in VPN, a password manager, antivirus software, credit monitoring, and tons of other useful features all in one service so you don't have to pay for like 10 different subscriptions to things. So I am obsessed with Aura. They've been keeping me safe online for years now, and you can try Aura for a 2-week free trial at aura.com/Tiffany or using this handy little QR code right here. I highly recommend checking it out even if you just want to check to see if any of your personal information has been leaked online, and let Aura remove that for you. Thank you so much to Aura for sponsoring this video. Let's get back to it. In this Google Doc, one of Sam's ideas was to go on Tucker Carlson and come out as Republican, stating that while public contributions show one thing, you see another thing including super PACs. I will say that in my very first interview with Sam Bankman-Fried, he did divulge to me that he donated a nearly equal amount of money to Republicans, but that he did so dark.
I donated to both parties. I donated about the same amount to both parties this year. That was not generally known because despite Citizens United being literally the highest profile Supreme Court case of the decade and the thing everyone talks about when they talk about campaign finance, for some reason, in practice, no one can possibly fathom the idea that someone in practice actually gave dark. So, I don't know, all my Republican donations were dark. Super won't see them. And the reason was not for regulatory reasons. It's because reporters freak the fuck out if you donate to a Republican. They're all super liberal and didn't want to have that fight. So I just made all the Republican ones dark. But I was, whatever, second or third biggest Republican donor this year as well. But also it's all for the primaries. They didn't give anything in general elections. They don't give a shit about general elections. It's not what matters. Like, it's the primaries where you have good candidates against bad candidates.
Anyway, Tucker Carlson is obviously a Republican and quite friendly with Donald Trump, so again, this seems like an attempt to get Donald Trump's attention. In the Tucker Carlson interview, he made an indirect pitch to Donald Trump, arguing that at the time of his arrest, he was actually closer to Washington Republicans than he was to Democrats. And I was considering doing an entire separate video on the Tucker Carlson interview or just reacting to some clips. I don't know. Let me know if you want to see that. But anyway, apparently the entire Tucker Carlson interview was not authorized by the prison. So according to the New York Times, Sam Bankman-Fried was thrown into solitary confinement immediately after his Tucker Carlson interview. The Times stated that the Bureau of Prison has strict rules about who is allowed to communicate with inmates and which channels they can use. After the interview with Mr. Carlson was posted, Mr. Bankman-Fried was placed in solitary confinement, a person briefed on the situation said. A representative for the Bureau of Prisons said that this particular interview was not approved. She declined to comment on whether Sam Bankman-Fried, who turned 33 on Thursday, happy birthday Sam Bankman-Fried, was in solitary confinement or not. I did send Sam Bankman-Fried a happy birthday email via Core Links, which he probably cannot read because he is now in solitary confinement. But anyway, when I saw that he did a video interview, I had a feeling this was not above board because as far as I know, all he was supposed to have access to is emails via Core Link and prison phone calls, which are limited to a certain number of minutes per phone call and per month. So it seems that he must have broken some rules in order to do this Tucker Carlson interview. Additionally, it seems that Sam's PR guy, Mark Botnick, was not looped into any of Sam's recent public statements. According to Business Insider, Sam's PR guy did not know about the Tucker Carlson interview. He also did not know who was tweeting from SBF's account, and he actually resigned from his role on Thursday, which is pretty shocking to me because I feel like Sam has always been very unhinged in the media and never listened to anything that anyone ever told him to do, like even giving me interviews throughout his house arrest. I know that his parents were not pleased about that. But all in all, it seems very clear that Sam is angling for a presidential pardon from Donald Trump, and apparently, according to the New York Times, this effort has been driven by his parents, Joe Bankman and Barbara Fried, my biggest fan. In case you don't remember, she had a meltdown yelling at me in court one day when I was going to his criminal trial. And personally, I haven't spoken to Sam in a couple of months. We have emailed here and there since he's been in MDC Brooklyn using the Core Links email system, but I'm really looking forward to how all of this plays out. I think it's quite entertaining since he was very publicly left-leaning, and during his criminal trial, it did come out that Sam Bankman-Fried considered sending Donald Trump $5 billion to try to convince him not to run for president. So it is slightly amusing watching Sam try to grovel and get into Donald Trump's good graces now. Anyway, this is just a little recap of all of Sam's little media efforts at the moment. If you would like me to pull some clips from the Tucker Carlson interview and maybe comment on them, then let me know because it is like 40-something minutes long, so I could pull some of the clips that I found entertaining. Keep me posted. Anyway, I wanted to thank the sponsor of today's video again, Aura. You can go to aura.com/Tiffany for a 2-week free trial, and I genuinely highly recommend it so that you can go on and check and see if any of your personal information has been leaked. Like I said, Aura has found websites where my home address, my cell phone number, and my passwords have been leaked, and they've automatically gotten them removed for me. So I recommend checking out the free trial just to see if any of your personal information has been leaked online so Aura can get it removed for you. I love you all so much, and I know I don't post on YouTube daily or maybe even weekly sometimes, but I do post on Twitter daily, so if you want constant updates from me, I'm at Tiffany Fong with 1_. You can also find me on Instagram at Tiffany Fong. Anyway, I love you so much, and I will talk to you all very soon. Bye!